Hi Leo, welcome to your channeled messages for January 2020. In this video you will be hearing bells. I do use bells for channeling, and I will have different oracle cards that I'm going to be placing here for you to focus on, and you're going to be able to look at what symbols and things jump out at you, what those mean to you, as a way of pulling personal messages for yourself during this general video. I will be channeling, which means I'm stepping aside, allowing the archangels and spirit to speak through me. So if you do watch my other videos, my voice might sound a little different to you. The way that I speak might be a little different because I am channeling. Okay, so without further ado, my darlings, we're going to jump in here for Leo sun, moon, and rising. Messages, please, from the archangels and spirit for Leo sun, moon, and rising, January 2020. Leo, in the coming months, you are going to be building a foundation for a new life. You are coming into a time of great growth. You are coming into a time of independence. Many of you have been on the journey seeking to find your authentic self, feeling very confused about how to do this, how to be successful, how to be able to come into this freedom, this independence, this confidence, this inner knowing. Some of you have been seeking or focusing on tarot at the high priestess, possibly putting it in front of you as a visual, as something to look at in your quest of manifesting this confidence, this strength, this inner knowing. And it has been a difficult journey for some Leo. It has been a challenging journey for some Leos, because no sooner than do you begin to find your confidence than old energies, old acquaintances, old connections come up and plant doubt in your head, come up and make you feel as though you are thinking or behaving in ways that are not logical, or that are not acceptable, or that are in some way selfish. Leo, we ask that you practice setting better boundaries for yourself at this time. Boundaries meaning there are certain aspects of your life that are not up for discussion, that are not up for conversation. Unsolicited advice, unsolicited opinions which you did not ask for or did not seek, do not need to be entertained or engaged by you. It is okay to say, this is not something I am willing to discuss. It is okay to say, this is an aspect of my life that is personal. Do not be so afraid of coming off as being rude. Rather, it is rude for someone to delve into aspects of your life that are of none of their concern. Further, Leo, it is wise for you at this time not to place everything out on display, not to place all things in front of others. Leo, some of you being the beautiful balls of light that you are, being the beautiful, beautiful leaders, cheerleaders in some way, wanting to document your journey, wanting to document your success. You are approaching life with an open book way of doing things in hopes of inspiring others. Now, Leo, it is possible to be in this transparent energy, yet at the same time in the energy of keeping certain things guarded, keeping certain things private. Your spiritual connection, your spiritual path, your spiritual relationship is to be treated much as you would a marriage, much as you would a romantic relationship. There are certain joys, there are certain things that you express, that you share, that you put on display for all to see, the happiness that you have. But there are also certain aspects that are of no one's concern. They are not to be placed out in the open because they are nobody's business. There are parts of your journey which are to be treated as such. There are parts of your spiritual relationship that are to be treated as such. You can be transparent. You can be an encouragement. You can be an inspiration. But at the same time, you choose which doors are open. You choose which windows are open. You choose what can be seen and what is to remain unseen. These are the ways in which, Leo, you are going to be establishing healthy boundaries. You will not entertain unsolicited advice or opinions, nor will you open yourself up for unsolicited advice or opinions. Understand, Leo, that this is your time to check in with your intuition and your guidance and do the things that feel right for you. Do the things that feel comfortable for you, and understand and realize that not all will be able to understand this path or even accept it. And that too in itself is okay. That too in itself is finally perfectly fine the way that it is as it stands. It is not your job to convert or to convince. It is simply your job to find your bliss and to live in it. To allow yourself to be who you truly are, to allow yourself to show your true colors. And it is perfectly acceptable for you to not accept certain invitations, certain visitations. It is okay for you to say, I cannot speak on the phone right now. It is okay for you to say, I cannot attend your function. It is okay for you to take time out for yourself as you continue to carve out this person that you are becoming, this true you, this authentic you. Do not be afraid, Leo, to establish boundaries at this time. Leo, it is in establishing these boundaries that you will begin to raise your vibration. So many people on the spiritual path become so confused by what this means. How does one raise their vibration? How do you become a high vibrational person? A high vibrational person is an individual who is in their joy, who is in their purpose, who is in their confidence, who is connected with the higher self. And this is something that you will accomplish as you allow yourself to spend time doing the things that come natural to you, doing the things that bring you joy, doing the things that bring you happiness, doing the things that bring you a sense of inspiration. This is how you will raise your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, you will find that certain doors shut closed, thereby shutting certain aspects of your life out, shutting certain relationships out, shutting certain periods out, ending certain cycles, while other doors open, bringing in new experiences, new cycles, new connections, new relationships. Leo, as you come into your higher vibration, it is true that there are going to be certain individuals that you wish that you could take with you, but you will not be able to because they are not ready for this vibration. They are not ready for this change, and that is okay. Do not have some kind of guilt in moving on. Do not have some kind of guilt in moving up, because it would not be logical. It would not be reasonable for you to sacrifice your growth, to stay in negativity, to stay in low vibration, so as not to part with certain individuals who are not ready for the journey as of yet. And as you make this shift, Leo, we bring to you an example. We bring to you a message. We bring to you the idea of a diver, a deep sea diver that has been exploring the deep dark realms of the ocean. Just as you may have been experiencing a period of time delving within your own shadow self, delving within your own darkness, delving within your own heavy, dark, deep emotions, and now you are rising up to the higher realms. Now you are rising up to the higher emotions, to the higher chakras, just as a deep sea diver must practice caution and come up to the surface using care, using caution, not rushing. It is a process. For if this diver comes up to the surface too quickly, they will experience what is known this time as the bends. This is something that you can research. This is something that you can read up about. We do not want you to experience some form of spiritual or emotional or mental aspect, which we are referring to in the physical as what is known as the bends. We do not want your system to experience shock. We do not want your system to experience hardship. Therefore, as you come up into the higher vibrations, you may very naturally feel there will be moments of time in which you need a time to disconnect and catch your breath, as it were, to allow yourself to get used to each level as you come upon them one by one. This is not a rushing race. This is not something you must accomplish all in one big swoop. You will need time to adjust, for as you raise your vibration, as you come up upon each higher step, as you come up into each higher level of vibration, you will feel a certain degree of vulnerability. You will feel a certain degree of newness. You will feel a certain level of discomfort, and this is normal. Allow yourself to adjust accordingly. Do not feel that you must rush through these levels to get to some finish line. Once you are embracing of that vulnerability, once you are allowing yourself to be in this energy of this new way of being, you will begin to enjoy that vibration, and then you will be prepared for the next one. We ask that you use care, we ask that you use caution, we ask that you be patient, and that you do not rush the process so as not to shock yourself, and so as to really fully be prepared and strengthened at each level, at each journey. We mentioned to you, Leo, some of you are placing these tarot cards in certain places for yourself, in your room, in your car, in certain places you are placing them to visualize, to manifest certain ways of being. And as such, we would encourage that you incorporate the strength card, and that you imagine yourself coming into this strength. After all, Leo, you are represented by the strength card. It is what you are in your natural state. It is what you are in your natural level, and it is time to embrace that beautiful inner strength that you possess. Leo, you have been desiring to have help on this journey. You have been desiring to have supportive people in your life. And it has been baffling to you as to why this has not happened as of yet. You say to yourself, I am a good person. You say to yourself, I am a loving person with a good, kind heart who does so much for others. Why is it that this energy, why is it that my vibration still seems to be attracting fickle people into my life? And Leo, we are so very happy to answer this question for you at this time. The reason why you are experiencing this energy is because you have placed everyone and everything before yourself. So as when you have set goals for yourself, when you have set things for yourself to accomplish, little by little, they've fallen by the wayside because those phone calls come in, because those messages come in, because people are having various personal emergencies and needs and require your attention, your assistance, your listening ear, your helping hand. Little by little, the things that you've been working on fall by the wayside as you are rushing to the side of others to be a good friend, to be a loyal person, to be a loving person. And you find little by little the things that you were doing for yourself are not accomplished. They seem so out of reach. They seem so impossible because there never seems to be enough time. There never seems to be enough hours in the day. There never seems to be enough resources to do what you need to do. Resources including money, Leo. You do not need to hand over everything the second others ask. It is okay for you to practice being in a self-preserving energy, to say, I'm sorry, I do not have time. I'm sorry, I do not have energy. I'm sorry, I do not have that amount to hand over at this time. I do not have money to lend. I do not have resources to give. It is okay for you to say no, Leo. Keep in mind, this is in alignment with the boundaries that we are asking for you to establish at this time. For if you are not reliable towards yourself, if you are not committed towards yourself, if you cannot rely on yourself to make these dreams of yours come true, how can you expect to attract individuals into your life who will be supportive and reliable towards you in your path, for you to be able to lean on? The relationship that you have with others is a direct manifestation of the relationship that you have with yourself. Leo, it is time for you to be this best friend to you. It is time for you to take up this commitment to yourself. It is time for you to prove to yourself time and time again that you can rely on yourself. Leo, it is time for you to commit to yourself. We say this again, we say it again and again for emphasis so that you understand. It is time to put yourself first, and no matter what may come on your path, to stick to your goal, to stick to your journey, and not allow for yourself to be distracted. And when you have this level of commitment towards yourself, you will manifest it from others in your life. You deserve this, Leo. You truly deserve this. Leo, we encourage you to meditate at this time. Many of you have found it very difficult to meditate. Many of you have found it challenging to meditate. You say, I cannot clear my mind. You say, I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. And this is understandable. We have offered you some examples with visual meditation, where you look upon an image and you ponder upon it and you imagine yourself and you see yourself with those characteristics. You may use any symbols at all to focus upon and do what we at times refer to as a visual meditation. But we also encourage you, Leo, to understand that meditation comes in many different ways. You do not need to practice it in the ways that perhaps maybe you see depicted in media or television or movies or videos, or how you have viewed or witnessed others to meditate. You can meditate while gardening. You can meditate during washing dishes. Showering can be a meditation. Swimming can be a meditation. Walking can be a meditation. Whatever it is that you can do to hit that reset button, to disconnect from chaos, to be in your moment of Zen, to be in a moment that is connecting you to something that gives you a sense of release, that that gives you a sense of relief, that connects you to some sense of love, some sense of zen within yourself, this is suitable meditation. We ask, Leo, that you take some time, that you take some moments here to focus on what it is that comes natural to you, that can be a form of meditation. Meditation comes in very, very simple, subtle ways. You may find meditation through the folding of laundry. You may find meditation through doing simple, mundane tasks. Do not put so much pressure upon yourself to have a certain posture or certain stance or certain setup in your environment. You can make this connection at any time, at any moment. So we ask for you, Leo, to be open to this connection and to be open to reaching it in various seemingly unconventional ways. Leo, many messages will come to you in these moments. Many messages will come to you in these random meditations. Many messages will come to you in your dreams over the next several months. And we ask that you be open, and we ask that you understand that you are being guided at this time by the Ascended Masters, Leo.